This video is going to be all about painting this ceiling with wood stain and protector. The ceiling's made of cedar, but we want to protect the ceiling and make it look nicer and more resistant to insects. So this is what we bought, a complete scaffolding set, which should get it high enough, or pretty much high enough to reach the ceiling. This Bondex Classic protector, two types of paintbrush. We've got two pots of protector because they do about 40 metres of ceiling of wood, and our ceiling is 100 square metres altogether. The kitchen's already been done, so this should be enough protector for in here and the shed side. There's the bill. The top one is the complete set of scaffolding, which was €89. The wood treater is nearly €45 a pot, and a couple of paintbrushes, expensive one and a cheap one. €196 in total, and still in a bit of shock that we can get a whole set of scaffolding for €89. Seems great value. So next will be setting up the scaffolding and then getting up there with a paintbrush and treating this wood. So I've assembled the scaffolding. It's very high. I'm really scared of heights, but it goes together really easily. These unclip, all slots together, there's no bolts, and then you've got this big metal platform to stand on. So it's assembled. It looks like I'm going to be able to reach the ceiling. I'm now going to climb this scaffolding and see what it's like. Okay, so let's see what it's like to climb. It's a little bit wobbly. Like I say, I'm very scared of heights. Look, I can reach this beam to lean on. Let's have a look. I've got the bar at an angle, but yeah, I'm going to be able to reach up there okay. I'm going to be a bit nervous in the middle, but should be able to get to this ceiling okay. Okay, so I've gone for compromise. I've got this long extending pole with a paintbrush on the end, and I've got the I'm standing on the platform. I will video it in a minute, and painting it at the top like that. So really that's not much different than having a step ladder, except I can walk around on it. But at the very top I was just too wobbling about and scared. So I think this is going to work. I'll keep going. I might have to go up for the very middle, but it's going on okay. So I've climbed up above the bedrooms. I've done that section there so far, up to the bedrooms. And now I'm just starting up here. I've got this, you can't really see it in the dark, but a little bit of a floor to walk on. What I didn't think of is when I've done that, how am I going to reach across? But I think my long paint pole will do it. So I was going to do this main beam, fill that in, all these sections from the middle, and then get the long extension beam out. Okay, calling it a day for today. It's quite hard work. Did about, I wouldn't even say half of it done, and I've used the tin already. So I think at least tomorrow, I'll use another tin tomorrow, but I think it's going to need at least another tin for in here, and that's not counting the shed side. So I think Probably going to end up back at the shop tomorrow getting another 2 tins. But I'm putting on quite thick and making sure everything's completely covered. So I've got a bit braver, although I'm wobbling about. I've got up to the 1 level up so I can do this beam and this area across here. It's going really well. One thing I've learned is if you're scared of heights, just because you've got scaffolding won't get you over that fear. It's almost terrifying. I'm just doing 1 step at a time, using this as a handle and dab it over to my paint. But just taking it very slowly, very cautiously. So at the top here, I've got this, probably can't see it very well in the light. I've got the super long paintbrush on the 12-foot pole and I'm reaching across and painting like this. I'm going to go in from the other angle in a minute. So I'm back at the top of the 2 bedrooms, and again you can't really see in the dark, but I can get access with this long brush down these runners. That's what I'm going to do next. The paint pot is empty. Did over 3/4, just this patch to go in the middle. So it's back to brick and marche to get some more, and bearing in mind I need to do the shed side as well, so gonna need at least another 2 cans I suppose, but I'll go over, hopefully they've still got some left. That's the living room finished, all coated, protected. I think it's given a really good finish, shows off the grain. This is cedar wood. It's quite knotty and grainy, especially down the support planks, but it really shows it up. I think the cedar's quite protected against insects anyway, but this will give it that extra bit of a protection. Moving on to painting the shed ceiling. It's going to be a bit awkward, but I've got my long paintbrush and I've also got a step ladder in here. Because this floor is so much higher, I can use the step ladders to get to most of this without having to use the scaffolding in here. But it's going to be a case of just working around everything. I'm going to start that in a minute. About 1/3 of the way through now. Just getting to the middle section on this side of the shed. What I do is I paint the main beams and the beams up and down, wipe any excess off in between, and then just go back with the paintbrush and fill in the planks. They're a lot easier to paint, and just fill in those gaps and then carry on. So there's a quick look at what it looking like, coming up really nice. Quite hard to see in this light though. Ceiling finished and stained in the shed side. All looks really good, really showing up the grain and the knots, and it shows out the cedar. Just what a nice wood it is. So that's taken 3 days in total, and the total cost of that was nearly €192 for the stain for the whole house. The kitchen was already done, we'd already had that done, so €192. Obviously put scaffold in as well for 89, but that'll be used when I'm doing the walls outside and for other things. So overall delighted with it. Hard work, quite fumey, had to have all the windows open. Like I say, 3 days hard work, but the overall effect is really enhanced the wood and makes the ceiling a really nice feature of the rooms. Final look round the main room. Looks really good, especially in the light. Bit of advice, Glasses are good for keeping it out your eyes. Probably if you're going to wear some safety gear, a shower cap would be good, because when you get it in your hair, it's not nice. But it does wash off, just takes a few shampoos. Anyway, thanks for everybody for subscribing, liking and watching. We're now over 650 subscribers, which we can't believe we'd ever get to that. Next video is going to feature the lawn. Been doing some mowing of the lawn finally after 2 months.